Hey everybody, William Perry coming at you here. I want to talk to you a little bit about the things that you're going to need to know before you start selling on eBay. Um, Number one is that they put a hold on your funds for 90 days, meaning basically for 90 days, for every item you sell, they're going to put a date on your sold listing that says your money is not available until a 21-day period has expired. Now, don't freak out about that. That's just what they put on there. It is actually only 3 days after the item has been delivered, and you have to call them and ask them for a courtesy release. Or just call and basically say, hey, look, this item's been delivered. There's no negative feedback. There might not even be any feedback at all yet, but most times they'll give it to you. And if you really need the money, you can call and ask them as soon as the item's been delivered. Now, it's been my experience that, excuse me, um, the later it in the evening or, like after 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, that the better luck you'll have with those, releasing releasing funds before that 3 days is up. Now, also, too, I discovered that, if you just keep calling back, wait an hour, wait a half an hour and call back, you'll get a different person. And the biggest thing you need to know is be nice. Nice, 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 nice. Nice to the point where you're going to want to throw up on yourself. But that's what gets you results. All right? Second thing is that 90 days is pretty much set in stone. So, don't waste a bunch of time like I did calling in and saying, hey, look, I got this many feedback and I've done this well and I've sold this much, and they just basically tell you that's set in stone, it's in the programming, and that's it. I've only heard of it happening twice, and I've actually seen it once, and it was only 3 weeks early. So, there you go with that. Basically, you're just going to have to be prepared, have a little bit of money. What I did, and it worked out pretty well, is I stuck with companies that had 2-day shipping. And, there's more than one out there, and I will discuss all of that with you in a further video. It's just one of those things that if you can get those items coming in and calling and get that money released, then you'll be able to take care of that. So your money will be coming in quick enough that you can automatically put it on the other thing. What you want to make sure you do in the beginning is all of your listings, I want you to put them at 3 to 5 days delivery time and either 2 or 3 days for handling time. I know that you think that that's a big deal, and some people it is, but most people, they're okay with that, and it will keep you out of trouble, and it will give you enough time to start getting those items delivered and using that money so you're not having to take it out of your pocket. All right, now on to Amazon. First thing you need to know if you're going to drop ship on Amazon is that you need a professional seller account. It is free for the first 30 days, and then it is $39.95 a month after that. I should have put that in here. So I'm going to just really quietly type it in, $39.95 a month after first 30 days. Okay? The other big thing that you need to know, and this is where I got myself in trouble, is they only pay every 14 days. So any items that you sell, you have to pay for out of your own pocket. Now, it was my experience on Amazon that in 17 days, I sold almost $39,000 worth of merchandise, and I could not keep up, so they suspended me. I got the account out of suspension, but it was a big pain in the butt, and it took quite a while. Now, for those of you that don't know, I do not sell now. I just list for people. Um, it's just one of those things that it was too much stress for me. Enough said. So, what you're going to also know is that um, Amazon is very fickle. And what I mean by that is you can be going along and just selling good and getting all your stuff delivered, and all of a sudden you'll get a message that says you have been suspended or we are reviewing your account. Do not freak out. They tell you exactly what you need to do to fix the problem. And the biggest thing is with Amazon, you have to know that when you call in for a suspended account, you do not get to talk to the people that make the decisions. You are talking to a middle person that basically types down what you says and sends it on to those people. Be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. That's all I can say. If you want results, you're going to have to be nice. I learned the hard way, and I'll be honest with you, I about lost my mind. But it was because I was not being nice, and so every time I called in, it kind of seemed like, that I was not a nice person when I called in, and it caused me a lot of headache. So just be nice. And man, I cannot stress this enough. Check your back office all the time. There is a place there where customers are trying to get a hold of you, and it'll tell you. If you wait longer than 24 hours to get a hold of that customer with an answer to their question, Amazon gives you a mark against you. Now, with that said, also, it's very easy to see which ones are which. It'll tell you right there. Under the 24-hour mark, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is that you have not answered. So if you check that often during the day, you'll be okay. You'll be able to answer the questions and you will have no problems. I can't stress enough that you just pay attention. You make sure that what you are listing is actually what it is, and check it, check it, check it. You don't have to be a speed demon when you first start out. And I will show you in upcoming videos how you can make your accounts, take off pretty quick. You're not going to become rich real quick, but you will get the rankings that you need, and you will get your items placed where they need to be to get the most sales. And then you can start to make a lot of money very quickly. Just for instance, in my first 90 days on eBay, I sold almost $92,000 worth of merchandise. My profit margin was not all that big, but it was okay. And, I did very well. And that is what I'm going to teach you to do in upcoming videos. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you the information that you're going to need when you start selling on either one of these. And I cannot stress enough, if you have to call these people, just be nice, be nice, be nice. All right? Thank you very much, and look forward to doing another video very soon. Bye-bye.